What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into part 2 of my Sephora haul. So y'all remember I had like 2 or 3 of these. So I told y'all I'm gonna try the Gucci primer on camera with you all, the mattifying one, and a couple of other things. So and that's what we're gonna do today. And it's starting to snow real bad, so I need to hurry the hell up. So maybe for once I won't talk so much. Ha ha ha. Who are we kidding? That's a lie. So I'm starting off, of course, with the Gucci primer I talked about the Gucci foundation last time to use. We're going to use the higher standard blushes from LYS, because that's my first time using their cream blushes, so I'm excited about that. And then we got
that's my first time
highlighter. And Dior foundation powder to try that I was supposed to do in the last video, which y'all remember I did not. I'm gonna use this Tom Ford concealer because it's old, but I'm trying to get some videos done before we leave because it's starting to snow.
I am gonna go pack up because I should do that.
Yeah, let's get to it. My son just realized how bad snow is if you all didn't hear, so he's like, yeah, let me go pack my stuff. I'm like, yeah, you probably should, because I'm hoping to leave it like 2:30-ish. I only have commentary videos to film, so I might not put on eyeshadow in any of those videos just to save us some time, but it's snowing and I'm not feeling it. If y'all didn't know, I hate wintertime, even though I am a winter baby. That doesn't mean I have to, like, you know, the fact that snow comes with it. I live somewhere where it didn't snow, I think I'd like it better. Okay, come on, Gucci primer. There we go. So it's actually a serum-y type feel, even though it's supposed to be mattifying, so it has like this serum-y soft look to it. Actually feels like skincare going on too, so I'm like, that's interesting. So I'm gonna use y'all as my mirror today. So it feels nice and hydrating going on. So I'm wondering how matte it's going to stay. Got up way sooner, y'all. I'm telling you, I had got up earlier, cleaned up the beauty room because I was gonna give y'all a video of the room and how I have all the stuff set up. But it's like, we ain't doing that now, girl, because I still got like, I think 2 other videos to film. I got one on what is it? My non-traditional holiday palettes, or like as far as color story goes. I thought that'd be something fun, and then I got all my grungy palettes. But I think I'm gonna just do the holiday palettes today, and then just take myself home, because I'm like, the snow doesn't seem like it's letting up. It seems like it's getting worse, and like I said, we ain't trying to do anything. So, but I wanted to make sure I got this Sephora haul done, and since I had to put on makeup anyway to do the other video, I was like, we just gonna do that. But like I said, I don't even think I'm gonna put on eyeshadow. So maybe I'll just put on eyeshadow at home and do some Instagram looks for the week, because I'm gonna be nice and comfy inside my house. So yeah. So I just did, I think, like 2 pumps of this Gucci foundation. We'll see how that goes or whatever. I've used this in a little while just because I've been testing out other foundations. I've really been using the House Labs one a lot, and then mix it in with like other stuff. So I'm not here. I'll go ahead and just blend it on out real quick if you feel like. I want to rank all my grungy palettes this week because I had left them for last week to do this week. But like I said, this snow girl, no. We're going to do my non-traditional holiday collection, and then we're going home. Yeah. Oh, I got to film the intro to one other video as well, but that's just the intro. I already did like all the eye work and all that, and took the pictures for all that. But oh, it looks like it's calmed down. That's not moving as crazy, so maybe I'll get to do the other one. We'll see. But I don't know why you looking like that. You're not driving at all. Oh yeah, so having it on. I might put one more pump on my cheeks just because I'm not liking how I can still see the dark spots on it. I might have to put one more pump and split it between the cheeks to see how that goes. then again, I could just put on more concealer, but the contour concealer I'm using, I feel like it's kind of sheers, because luxury products seem to be sheered and not give as much coverage as other things. So I'm gonna just take one more pump just to be safe and do that. So far, I went over nicely over the primer. I didn't expect it to feel like as skincare-ish as it did, but since I didn't try the original Gucci primer and this one, you know, that might be why I was in such shock and awe. I figure if you tried the other one, you know. I'm probably just go home and watch Nope tonight, because I want to see it in theaters. Messed around didn't get a chance to, and now it's gonna be on Peacock. So I'm like, okay, I'll go see that. I mean, well, sorry, not go see, but I'll sit at home and watch that. Oh, you know, I'm putting foundations on my lip, honey. Got a friend to you. Send me foundation on my lip and don't even know. Yeah, so this is how we look and this is how we work. And let's get into this concealer real quick. I have the shade number 8, but y'all know I like a lighter concealer, so expect it to be light. And as you see, it is. I'm just wondering how this about to blend out. Because when I'm putting it on the skin, it's looking like it's awfully sheer. At least on this side, it looks sheer underneath the eye. On this side, it looks like it's spreading a little better. So I don't know how this is about to go. Yeah, the snow definitely looks like it calmed down. So I'm like, okay, I might be able to squeeze my other video in, because I feel like I want to try to film at least 2 to 3 videos a weekend. Sometimes I do way more than that. All depends. Ooh, y'all, I look crazy. Ha ha ha. I usually use a cream bronzer, but we're not doing that today to save time. We got me a concealer brush. So since I cleaned and organized the room, now I have like space for other stuff, which I'm excited about. Like I didn't have space initially for anything to sit on the table because of the way I had set the table up. So I redesigned or reset up the table so that way I had space for other stuff. But then I got tired because like the middle of the night I had like woke up. I couldn't really sleep, so I watched some videos and I went back to sleep. Then when I woke up like 6 or 7 in the morning and like started organizing stuff, I think I went, or maybe I got up early in that, I don't know, but I had organized the entire room and did all that stuff, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'll go from a video of where the way I stored the makeup in the room, but then I'm like, I don't know. Now let's get into the concealer. As far as underneath the eye, this is the Sigma P86. I've gone through different phases of different Sigma brushes I like to use, depending on what it is. I mean, this one I'm not crazy about to use for this. I mean, I like the fact that it gets in the front of the eye really nicely, but on the rest of the face, I don't feel like it does as great a job, like pulling it down here, but I tried to make sure I at least had brushes around me, because y'all know normally I won't have the brushes I need, not to just have to use a sponge with this. So since I moved stuff off the counter, I had enough space to do other stuff with. Okay, so I'm not excited about this concealer with this blender. I like the other one better. You all know the illuminated one. I like them a million times better than this one. This one's some game. I wish I could go to a company cosmetics store and get more. Because I love that concealer. But $90 is outrageous for a concealer. I don't know what it is, but I told y'all this eye was going to be the problem, and it is. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's not giving coverage over here the way it did over here. If y'all can't tell, like, coverage over here is definitely lacking. So, go back in with a little bit more there. That's because she's not getting what she needs to be getting. So. put a little bit more over here as well, just because I'm feeling like it's not giving what it needs to be given. And then she carried a couple of the dark spots like I talked about, which is why I put on more foundation. But it's just not giving, y'all. I don't know. These luxury products don't even want to give you enough for anything, so I'm sorry. So I'm like, But let's just try with the sponge this time and lightly tap, and maybe it'll give me more coverage like I'm hoping for. So far the primer feels nice on the skin, everything seems to be going over nicely. The concealer's just acting up, don't know why. I have had it for a while, don't use it that often, so I just remember it being sheer coverage like it's kind of doing now, so it's definitely one I have to layer in order to get the type of coverage that I like. But you know, if you find what a light coverage concealer, because you might have dark circles, or you know, just like a nice soft effect that it gives, then you know, you'll be fine with this. I'm not a huge fan of it though. But I think this is discontinued, but it's like, if you can, I'm telling you, just in case you come out sit at the company cosmetic store like I talked to. So since the setting powder is new, and my time is about to be up, I'm gonna just go off camera. I'm gonna show you which one I'm using though. I'm using the LYS one, since we're using their cream bronze. Cream blush. I figured I could use that under eye powder as well. So I'm gonna go off camera and use this, then I'll come back and then we'll use the Dior powder on camera for my face, and then we'll move into their blush. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all, so we have set the concealer as you see. Let's get into this Dior Forever Natural Velvet Longwear Compact Foundation. I got the shade 6N Neutral like I normally do. I wear 6N in all Dior complexion products. So let's open her up. So my only concern with this is I feel like whenever I buy that stuff that's not from the Backstage collection, it always looks quite orange. Like, to me, this powder looks quite orange. Like, look at that. Look how orange that looks in the pan. So that's always my concern whenever I buy anything Dior that's not Backstage, that it's gonna look orange. So let's pray I don't look orange and crazy, girl, because I'm not in the mood. And hopefully the one with my skin look a little better, because right now I'm feeling like it's giving orange. And I'm not even Palumpa, so I don't need to be much. Because I have more of a golden undertone than a red undertone, I don't need it to be orange-esque either. And since it's supposed to be neutral, I'm not understanding why all their neutral stuff just looks orange. And since this isn't like a liquid foundation powder, I can't just do what I would normally do, which is get my e.l.f. pigment drops and make it. Because it's not looking as bad on the skin. I feel like it's looking better than the actual liquid foundation normally does when it comes to this. So I'm like, okay. I'm not liking where the powder is sitting on top of this concealer. The LYS one. But I have a love-hate relationship with that powder, so maybe I should have just used the Huda Beauty Extra Tan one, and I'd have liked that a little bit better. Cause on this side, it's just this side that's just really making me upset, but I had to put extra concealer on that, so that might be why the powder is clinging in weird places. So I'm gonna blame that on Tom Ford concealer, because we saw I had to put on 2 layers just for it to look nice. And from a distance, I feel like I look nice, but girls, you saw it up close, you'd be like, what's going on? I'll be like, girl, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. So now let's get into spraying my face. So y'all know I normally spray my face after I put powders on to help it mesh into the skin and look better. And I'm especially hoping to help on this side, because I'm telling y'all, if y'all saw this up close, girl, foolishness. So I'm gonna just take the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Defense Spray. Yeah. Just so I can press this into my face real quick. Now I'm going to use this bronzer from the business that's going out of business, but I thought it was a really nice bronzer and a really nice product, so I figured if I use it on camera and talk about it with you all, you might be interested in it, you might like it, and you might go get it while it's, you know, at a discount, because it is a really nice bronzer. Now the shade I got is a shade too dark, but I went off Adriangameover's recommendation, and they sent her a shade that was one shade too dark, so that's how I ended up with the shade that was one shade too dark. But it's still fine for me to use in the summertime. It's just, you know, it's not that great for now because, you know, it's fall. But this is the Vesca with soft matte bronzing powder. I have the shade Kissed in Bali. There's one shade before Kissed in Bali that'll work better if you're my skin tone. So unless you're just trying to get a summer shade, don't buy the shade Kissed in Bali because, as you can see, that's a little too deep for my skin tone. But I make it work just because I think it's a beautiful bronzer. So. I feel so bad the brand's went out of business because they had nice bronzers. I didn't get to try their highlighters, so maybe I'll get one of those since they're going out of business and everything's 15% off. I would get my right bronzer shade, but there's kind of no point because y'all know I have a million bronzers. It's not like I'm going to be able to talk about it on camera because I would love to get another one just because I like, you know, their bronzer formula. And as you can see, it looks gorgeous on the skin. It's just, I can't, you know, talk about it or really use it on camera. So it's like, it's kind of no point of buying another shade that will work for me better when I can just make this one work. Like, I usually like to put this on top of cream bronzers that are too light, like the Casino bronzer from NARS that I leave over here, just so I can use it up. I'll use this with that. But as you can see, it looks really nice on the skin. It gives a nice bronze, kissed look, as they put in the name of the bronzer. Ha ha ha. Now, I like to use bronzer, then I'll do blush, and then I'll do highlighter, which is why, you know, I put this bronzer on first. I like to see the warmth come back to my face, and then I worry about the blush. So now that I've put the warmth back in my face, let's get into, what is this for? Let's get into a blush. I need to figure out which brush I'm going to use for my cream blush, because that's the one thing I didn't bring in here. I told you I always forget like one thing. So we might just use the sponge. I've seen people do that, so maybe I'll try it with a sponge. I don't know. Anyway, let's open it up on camera because I opened it up when I got home. So Sephora did me bogus again. They sent me two of a lipstick and didn't send my lip gloss. So I'm just like, okay. So I called them about sending my lip gloss, and it's showing up. And the extra lipstick, for once, they didn't actually try to get me to return it. So I'm like, I'm going to just throw it in the Christmas giveaway. So anyway, here are what the blushes look like. I kind of want to try the brightest one just to see how the pigmentation is going to be. So what's the name of this shade? This shade is called Unforgettable. So we're going to use Unforgettable. Let's see how that goes. Just take my sponge and dip in. I've never done cream blush with a sponge before, so I don't know how this is about to go. But if I remember correctly, I heard these dry down to a matte finish, so hopefully I won't have to do too much of anything. Okay, so the coloring looks nice. I don't feel like it's picking up any of the product I already have on my face, so that's good, because you know, sometimes you have these blushes, cream blush, you put them on, and then all the product just disappears off your face. However, with this, I feel like I would have to use a powder blush on top, because I feel like, y'all see I dipped into that and I hardly got any pickup anywhere, and because of the color, I was afraid that it wasn't going to show up, and that's how exactly I'm feeling. I feel like I see a light wash of color, so maybe I'll try a brush instead, because I don't feel like the sponge thing is giving. Or maybe it's just giving as much as this product is going to give, I don't know. Okay, yeah, so it's just the sponge wasn't giving enough. Because you see, I'm using a brush now and it's giving plenty, so. And it's still not picking up the product, like I said, which is good, because I don't want it picking up the product that I already worked hard to put on my face and make it look nice. So, it's a nice color. I kind of want to try another color now, because that way we can get an idea of how more than one color looks on my skin tone. Even though I know I'm late to this party, so I might not necessarily need to do that. I'm sure you've seen it from other creators, but you're here, we're here, we're all here. Y'all know the drill. I'm going to use another one. So, the other shade I'm going to use is called Grateful. So I'm going to use Grateful on this side. It's more of a mauve tone one. Y'all know I like me a mauve moment, so I'm going to go ahead and use that on the other side now. So I'm just turn the brush over to the other side. Just use the brush this time instead of starting off with the sponge, because the sponge wasn't giving what I was looking for last time. So we can go like waste her time. We're gonna let her go about her business and, you know, be blessed or whatever. I definitely say I like the color Grateful better, but these are just the blush tones that I prefer as a general rule. So I'll most likely be using Grateful a whole lot more, and then the deeper tone one, especially because of what season it is. I don't necessarily feel like wearing bright colored blushes in the winter time is kind of my thing. That's more of like a summer vibe for me, a spring vibe for me. And since we're in, like I said, winter, I'm most likely going to be using Grateful and the other deeper shade more. But I want you to see how this shade would look on some of my skin tone if you happen to stumble across this video. But yeah, that's what we're looking like. These are the blushes we're working with. And Grateful is my favorite of the two I've tried. So I'm actually going to have to set these with powder. I didn't think I was, but it looked like they're going to have to be set with powder. So I'm going to go off camera and set it with powder. And then I'll give my initial thoughts on all these things as I put on the Fenty highlighter. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I just used Ibiza from Buxom to set both the blushes down. I feel like it took the color away from this one a little bit though. It just amplified the color in this one, so maybe I should use two different blushes, but I just wanted to move. Y'all got to see how the color was on my skin naturally, and that's what my main concern was with using two different shades. So we're gonna talk about my thoughts as I put on this chocolate swirler from Fenty. So my first thoughts on the primer were I actually like it. It's starting to feel a little drying on my face now though, now that it's been sitting on there for a little while, so I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, maybe don't try it mattifying primer in the winter time, but I gotta run and get it on deal, okay? Because I think this came out in the summertime, and I was like, I want to try it, but it's Gucci, which means it's gonna be expensive. And there were other primers that were less, that were smoothing and all that, so I wanted to try those. It was initially smoothing, but when I had to add the powder one and then had to put so much concealer on this side in particular, I can definitely see the pores coming through now, which I'm not necessarily excited about. So next time I'll probably put like a pore primer on the cheek area, of course, like, you know, like I normally do, or like my girl Stephanie or Babs Beauty here on YouTube does. And then I would just go in with a you know, a more mattifying primer on the rest of my face where the oil comes in. But the problem is the oil comes in on my cheeks mainly as well, so it's like my nose, my cheeks is where I need both these types of primer, and the rest of my face usually isn't that oily. So it's a struggle, because that's the same place where I get oily with pores like to sit and be most pronounced. Next, when it comes to the powder foundation, I'm actually really liking it and the way it looks on the skin, surprisingly, because I thought we were going to have an issue as far as you know, it's filling in the pores and stuff like that. So I wasn't I mean, looking orange on the face and then not giving as much coverage as I was hoping, but it did a pretty good job when it came to coverage, which I was shocked about. And then it sorry, I need to set the face. It gave pretty good when it came to coverage, and it didn't turn my face orange, which I was mainly excited about, because all Dior products in neutral like to be super orange when it comes to my skin tone. Don't know what that's about. Maybe they try to fix that, but you know, just my thoughts. As far as the blush, my thoughts are still out on the blush because I didn't put it on where I traditionally would. Like, I wouldn't have used the type of brush I used, and then I wouldn't have started off trying to use a sponge either. So I like the colors. I like that the formula doesn't pick up on powder products after you put them on, because I don't like cream blushes I have to put on before I put on my powder products. So I like that about it, but we'll see how it wears and how that goes. But those are my thoughts on all the new things I tried. So I like pretty much everything. I just have mixed feelings about the cream blush. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. I'll try to remember to check in at the end, but that's going to be at home, girl, because everybody got time for that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Oh, wait, I didn't try on the lipstick. So I'm supposed to let y'all see the lipsticks I got. I'll put on the one I already tried on before, so it won't take me long. The one I have on, the one I originally tried on was, what is it called? It's Cowgirl. It's this really nice mauvey shade. So let's put that on real quick, and then let me get a mauve lip liner. So, do I have a mauve lip liner here? I'm pretty sure I do, but the one I normally use is in the bathroom. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just take this one from Essence. It's in the shade Honey Bear. Sorry, Honey Berry. I don't know why I stopped with the bear part. Alright. Outline on. I really like this color. I like a mauvey berryish type lip, if y'all weren't aware. So this is what the color looks like. I think it looks stunning in the packaging. I want to put the lip gloss candy on top of it, since it's supposed to be like a purpley lilac-y type shade. I feel like it look cool. They have this wonderful vanilla cupcake smell. Be advised, I'm not trying to make it look perfect, nice and neat right now for you all. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what the color looks like. So I wanted to put on a color that I had already worn so I could give initial thoughts on this too, since I'm putting it on camera with you. This is my second time wearing this color. I wore it earlier this week when I had on the, what palette is that? The I'm pretty sure I had on the retro palette from Natasha Denona. Like an idiot, I didn't take a picture of that thumbnail, so here's what the color looks like. And like an idiot, I didn't take a picture of the eye look for a thumbnail, so that's why I had to go back and wear it during the week, because I wouldn't wear that eye look during the week. But it helped out because I had to be at work by a certain time, and sometimes doing less intricate eye looks saves me a lot of time. Well, back to the lipstick. So it's not one of those that you close your lips and you can stick together. I think, if I remember correctly, it did do a little bit of the butthole thing, but it wasn't like, you know, excessively done. So that wasn't too bad. And then we have the formula being really nice and thin, a little bit moussey, if you will. So I really like the lipstick. I like the way it wore over time. It did wear off a little bit in my mask, but it wasn't like a really, really bad situation like with a classic satin or cream lipstick. So I think she did a good job with these. I really like them, and I plan on getting some more when she comes up with more colors. But I'm fine with the colors I have now, especially since I haven't tried them all out. So now we're actually done. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Like I said, I'll check in later so we can talk about how the powder, the primer, the lipstick, and the blush wore throughout the day. But I'll see you later, girl. Okay. Okay, y'all, so I have returned. Just took in the next day. Here's what our face is looking like. I feel like a pretty oily, considering using mattifying primer. But I don't think it's like too bad to the point where, you know, I look crazy, and you know, it's no longer a healthy amount of oil. So I think it did pretty good, all things considered. As you can see, the lipstick didn't last. I did eat, so still a good majority of it on though. And I wore a mask to like go handle some business with my son and everything. So I'm really liking that. If you're curious what's on my eyes, I put on the Baby Retro palette, and then I just used a single eyeshadow from Lime Crime in the inner corner for this like purple situation we got going on. Yeah, so you see the blush is still on both sides, but it's the primer infused blush. So I'm wondering, like, is it the primer infused blush that we still see on my face, or is the cream blush still sitting underneath it? But the way it was looking on the face, I knew it had to be set with something. It wasn't like the Rare Beauty one that I could put it on and just left it like that, because I feel like it's more pigmented than the Rare Beauty. So again, my verdict is still out on that. The powder foundation, though, I really liked the way it ended up turning out on my face, so I was cool with that. I plan on using it again tomorrow. I plan on using all this stuff again tomorrow just to see how it goes. I might use a different foundation with the primer just to get an idea if it'll work with other foundations besides just the Gucci one. And I'm definitely going to use a different concealer because I told y'all I hated the way it looked underneath my eyes. But I leave that concealer at my grandmother's house just to use from time to time. I usually only use it to like highlight my face though, not actually put it underneath my eyes. And now I remember why, because it does the best job with covering the darkness underneath your eyes. So that's that whole issue. But I like everything I tried overall, just like with the first set, which I'm glad about because I mean I spit a good grip on this stuff, so I want to make sure I like all of it. And so far, I'm liking everything I tried. The only thing I'm have the verdict out on is the blushes, like I said. So those are my thoughts on all the products I bought and tried from Sephora, from part 2 of my Sephora haul. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.